is that we inherit the culture of survival. How many grandparents do we know that maybe survived? Your buff. Oh no. So hopefully this is actually working. See, the culture of survival. Because back again, number 2. So this time we're talking about identity in terms of inheritance traits. Someone was talking about ADHD the other day and getting distracted easily by things in their surroundings. Guilty by charge or by omission. Anyway, my point is, are you an overthinker? Okay, the easiest way for me to do it is to actually move so that my ADHD doesn't make me forget what I'm actually saying. So let's go again to another location before we get back to my mum's avocado tree. So I've moved 15 times to get a semi-perfect shot, and I love this backdrop. It's actually really cute. So what I'm actually saying today, now that I finally found focus, outside of the cultural aspects of things, there's something called epigenetics. It's a field of science pioneered by neuroscientist Rachel Yehuda, who studied the children of survivors of the Holocaust and the 9/11 to find out whether the traumas that we endure leave a biological trace on our children and those that come after us. Okay, I think I got it now. So she wanted to figure out whether the parents who face particular traumas pass those traumas down biologically through their genes to their children, and whether transgenerational trauma is possible, inherited, and whether we pick up the things that our parents... Genetic mutation, in a sense. When you go through something really difficult, the body remembers what happens. So your genes are altered in the process. So when you have children, you pass on a new mutated form of your own gene, and now the child is formed in response to what you experience. So essentially, she's trying to figure out whether or not we can inherit trauma. The same way we can inherit things like cultures, styles, language, personality traits. Most of this has been tested on animals, but the thing we do know is that what is inherited is, who did you learn those things from? Where did you pick them up from? Is it nature? Is it nurture? Is it biological? Is it environmental? For instance, I saw two magpies. I saw one time on TikTok, someone was saying that the parents that came, especially working class immigrants, or those parents who survived a difficult time and were constantly on the go, constantly in survival, the mindset of keeping for just in case, storing for just in case, never settling. It feels like they watch their parents hoard or keep boxes of unopened bits and bobs. No, you go, it's fine. And then when they finally had the chance to move out and do their own thing, they're very minimal. They throw things away. There's no plastic bags. Everything is ordered and decorated. That's just one example. Animal studies have mapped a possible pathway in humans. So you might inherit something from a parent who survived a war, who survived a famine, who survived a genocide, who survived COVID, let's say. Our generation survived COVID. Those things that we picked up during those periods have changed and altered the way that we live life. That's the culture. And how does that change the ones that come after us? It's still yet to be decided or really understood. And Yehuda herself warns against overclaiming certain mechanisms. But one thing we do know is that we inherit the culture of survival. How many grandparents do we know that maybe survived? Your buff. Oh no. And there you have it, the culture of survival. Many pathways. This is the human pathway, the pathway I grew up on actually. But there you go. So, how many parents do you know that went through the First World War, Second World War? Grandparents? The Holocaust, the Biafran War, civil wars? What do you think? Do you know anyone who survived anything very traumatic? And do you think it's changed the way you see the world or the way you maneuver in the world? Let me know. And I think there's one thing that we can all agree on, is that we are not a prisoner of our genes, and what is carried can also be changed. So I ask you today, what have you decided to keep in the long, thick, everlasting? I don't know what to say, roots of your culture, and what have you decided to cut off, chop down from the roots of your culture, and what have you decided gets to stay? Ooh. Any special heirlooms? Any special recipes? So, what say you? Epigenetic transmission in humans or cultural transmission? Visible, documented, alive? Or take this avocado tree, for example. It shouldn't actually be growing in this country, but my mum has managed to find a seed, place it in the back garden, and it's flourished. So anything's possible. Maybe the mother of the seed of this avocado never knew that when this is me getting too deep, when it was taken away and moved into another land for consumption, produce, that it would survive and sustain. But the biological makeup of the seed, of the fruit, of the plant is strong enough to sustain itself in a cold climate. So anything's possible. Look at it. Look at those bloody roots. That's what I'm trying to say to you. It's cultural transmission is what we can depend on because it's documented and there is evidence for it. So what would you say has been passed on to you? Let's find out. Back in the place with Style and Grace, because the question on the table today, as we said, as we round up, cultural transmission, cuisine, language, fabrics, textiles, any heirlooms, what was passed down to you from the generation before? Let me know in the comments below. Let me know. I'm going to show you some of the couple of things that I've got. Just a few. Just a few.
If I had to speak about love, I'd tell them about us. About silent conversations. The ones held between tucking hair behind the ears and the tracing of our collarbones. I'd tell them that neither one of us has ever been in a castle, but we're both each other's fortress. So
you don't like my aesthetic? Shut up! You're gonna like it today. Giving you a 2003 Nollywood body. Mercy Johnson could never do it. I like...
What was passed on to you?